Hey everybody, Prepper Nurse 1 here. Today is still the 2nd. This video will be going up on the 3rd at 3 p.m. So when you see this video, I will be live streaming Sunday night at 8 o'clock. So I would encourage you all to join me then. And everything is a mess, so please disregard the mess behind me. I still haven't gotten reorganized from being home. So, of course, I brought a lot more stuff with me when I came back, so I got to figure out where everything is going to go. So that's kind of where I'm at the moment. So it's a little bit of chaos, as they say, but we'll get there. We'll get it figured out. But anyway, paying attention, watching everything online, and seeing all the stuff that's going on and the craziness, and things have now re-accelerated with Hamas and Israel. Israel hit like 400 targets. They just in one day, and so that's amping back up. You have all the protests and people wanting to protest and whatever. Which, like I said, that's right to protest. I mean, the reality is this. In that situation with Israel and Hamas, okay. You're going to have people going to be real galvanized on, with whatever in that situation. These folks have been fighting for thousands of years over there. They're going to continue to fight. It's never going to stop. And so the people that really know what's going on or what happened and all those type of things are the people that are there. We're not there. Most of the people watching this video, you're not in Israel, you're not in Palestine, or Gaza Strip, you're not there. So you can't say, oh, I know for a certainty this or that. Now, we're given information, and, people are going to dispute that information. That's what they're going to do, that happens, so you just have to, my thing is this, I've been very clear on my stance with the whole thing, all right? Very, very clear on my stance with the whole thing. And I know what I would do. I would not give in to the pressures of other countries telling me how to fight a war, number one. I would fight it on my terms. And what Israel's planning on doing, I don't blame them. And that's kind of where I'm going to leave that. You can think whatever you want to think, and that's perfectly fine. I'll respect your right to believe what you want to believe, but you better respect my right to believe what I want to believe too. But I know how wars should be fought. And we haven't fought wars like they should be fought in a long time. Genghis Khan, he knew how to fight wars. He knew how to instill fear in his enemy. Go back and look what he used to do, folks. Okay? That's how you fight wars. That's how you win. That's how you conquer like he conquered. So you can choose to do whatever you want to do, and that's perfectly fine. But it's interesting situation. But anyhow, a lot of crazy stuff going on, obviously. I'm always going to continue to encourage you to prep. I'm going to continue to encourage you to get ready. That's my number one goal for you guys. If I wake somebody up and they watch one of my videos and they go, you know what, he's right about this, that, or the other thing, and they decide to do something about it, then that's great. Then I've done my job. My job is to hopefully, encourage you to not be victims. You have to look at all the natural disasters that happen, that are continuing to happen. You look at the situation for the people in Iceland right now, in that one town where there is the volcano over there is getting ready to go, and you look over in Italy where that volcano is going right now. Those things are going to affect people. No doubt about it. No ifs, ands, or buts. If you lived in that town, then you knew that there's a real possibility that could affect you at some point in your lifetime. I mean, again, when you choose where you live, that makes a difference of what happens and the consequences of your choices. If you choose to live on the beach, right? If you want to live next to the ocean because it's beautiful, and I love the ocean. Don't get me wrong. I think the ocean is fascinating. I think it's beautiful. Love watching storms over the ocean. But you have to realize if you live on the ocean that there is a possibility that there may be a hurricane in your lifetime. or several hurricanes in your lifetime. There is a possibility that there could be a tsunami. So, those are the risks that you are willing to take because of the places that you choose to live. So, when people, you know, oh, I didn't know that this was going to happen. Well, of course you did. If you live in a town that is underneath a volcano or volcanoes underneath you, there's a possibility that that may come back and bite you in the behind one day. Not that, like I said, I don't wish bad on anybody. I hope everybody is okay. And, unfortunately, people are going to have loss because of that. They're going to lose their home. They're going to, have all these different things happen. It's unfortunate, but it does happen. And it's never going to stop happening. What I want to think about, when I'm thinking about, you look at all the volcanic activity that's happening. And a lot of these volcanoes are waking up after long dormants and sleeping for a long time, if you will. So there's a lot more volcanic activity happening. And as a result of that, what happens? What happens as a result of that? Well, when you look at the situation, what happens is you have, a lot more chemicals and all that type of stuff going up into the upper atmosphere, and that blocks out the sun. That can affect things. I mean, if you guys remember Mount St. Helens, when Mount St. Helens went in 1980, what effect that had on that summer? It had a very drastic effect on that summer. I mean, I think it snowed in Maine that year in June. So, everything has a yin and yang. Everything, there is a consequence for everything that happens. And, as these volcanoes are erupting, there's a volcano erupting right now off the coast of Japan. A new island has formed as a result of that, You got to pay attention to those things, because those things, they will affect the planet. All right? It really will affect the planet. A lot of earthquakes happening, a lot of activity. Planet is going to continue to do what the planet is going to continue to do. It doesn't care where the people are, where people have decided to settle or live. It's not going to stop what it's going to do. So you have to always pay attention. You got to be watching things, and kind of go from there. So this video is more of I want people to wake up. I want people to stop living in a fantasy. Stop living with the rose-colored glasses on. If you're in the, I'll put it like this: if you're in the United States of America, okay, and our government has decided that they are supporting Israel, that's a no-brainer. That's how it was going to go. We knew that was going to happen and stuff like that. You can protest it. You can say that you don't like it. There's people in Congress that are protesting it and say that they don't like it. It ain't going to change anything. It ain't going to make them stop. So, being upset or mad or those type of things because of the situation, it's not going to change a thing. So unless it's affecting you directly, I would say, like, for me, it really doesn't have an effect on me personally. It doesn't. I've made my stand. I said where I stand. I'm not one of those people that's going to go on to Facebook and put up the Israeli flag and say, I support Israel. I don't do that kind of crap. Okay? I have my own thoughts. I think for myself, and I, make my own decisions. But, you have to really look at everything and say, how does this affect me? What bearing does this or that or the other thing have on my life? And like I said, again, when you get yourself all upset about things that you have zero control over, that's not healthy. It's not good for you. So, again, I'm always going to encourage people, control what you can control, You look at the situation of what we have down here in West Virginia, right? We're controlling what we can control. We're getting buildings into the property. We have members that are working on their buildings. We are working on other things and trying to get things ready and get things squared away. Making sure that we have an adequate wood supply for a long time. That's important. The people that have gotten buildings in here, we're going to be seeing more pop-ups of wood stoves being put in those buildings, which need to happen. Every single building on this property that is, used as living quarters for, a weekend or for a long-term situation needs to be able to have a heat source. So those are important priorities that need to be done. As of right now, and here's the reality of it, as of right now, the deer blind has a wood stove in it. The pavilion has a wood stove in it, and that's it. Oh, I'm sorry, and Sandy's tent. Sandy's tent also has a wood stove. So you got 3 places on the property that can provide heat in cold weather. If it is a worst case scenario, I'm not going to be in the camper if it's a worst case scenario, because I'm not going to waste the propane heating the camper for the winter. That would be a complete waste of that propane. So that's not going to happen. So you have to think about these things, and you have to plan for those things, and those and be as ready as you can be. So just a few things to think about. Getting yourself squared away. Again, controlling what you can control is really, really important. So, some food for thought. I hope this helps. I hope it makes you think. Like I said, don't stress over things you can't control, because it isn't going to make any difference. Take care of your families. Take care of yourselves. Be as ready as you can be. I have a real bad feeling that other shoe is going to drop, and when it does drop, it's going to catch so many people unaware or unprepared. It's going to be frightening. And the more prepared we are, the more ready we are to deal with whatever situation occurs, the better off we're going to be. All right? Remember, folks, we truly are all in this together. We're one race called the human race. As soon as we can figure that one out, we're going to be in much, much better shape. Also, remember to hug and kiss the ones that you love. Tell them every single day, tomorrow is not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen in life, so it's really important we tell the people that we care about every day how we feel. Last but not least, STD. Step, thing, and day. One step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Here, I don't know if you guys can hear the rain. It's been raining probably since about 4 o'clock this afternoon. And it is 10 o'clock now. So good rain, a lot of water. Never a bad thing. Fills everything up, and we definitely needed it. So anyway, guys, set realistic goals and then set about to making them happen. That's the key. Okay, you do that, knock things off your list, and you're going to be in better shape in the long run. Be safe, keep prepping, take care of your business, and we'll talk to you all later. Prepper Nurse 1, out for now.